So here we are at Zorzal Fermentorium, a key stage in the process for improving the flavor of cocoa beans is fermentation. Really, there's a couple key drivers to quality. I would say one is the type of clone, type of varietal. The second really is the fermentation and drying process. So in this episode, we're going to really talk about fermentation. After 2 years of studying and doing different trials of different stages of fermentation, we came up with a design that fits us the best for the clones we have here, for the temperature, for the climate, and for what we need logistically to process the volume of our demand. First, let me start with fermentation. Cacao is a fruit. Cacao's seed is covered with pulp. Pulp is a watery sugar substance outside the bean that is really the fuel for fermentation, right? So beans come as wet beans covered with this pulp to the fermentorium. We put them in these boxes, these cascading boxes, to ferment the beans. The first stage is anaerobic process, okay, where the microorganisms or the yeast start eating the sugars in the pulp. After 2 days in the first box, we turn into aerobic process, where it goes to the second tier and starts producing acetic acid. The sugar content at this point has been dissolved by the microorganisms, and the microorganisms are working to produce acetic acid and heats up the fermentation process to about 120 degrees Fahrenheit. So we do another 2 days in the second tier, and then after 4 days, we switch to a 1 day rotation and then a final 1 day rotation. So it's 6 full days ferment. In this process, we examine the color of the beans, we examine the odor of the beans, and we do cut tests to examine at what level the beans are being fermented and if it needs a day longer ferment or a day shorter. So when you smell these beans, you get in the beginning a very heavy ethanol smell. In day 5, which this box is, you're getting more of an acetic acid aroma. So the temperature has dropped now in day 5. The ethanol is gone, we're in acetic acid, and really this is kind of the final stages of fermentation before it goes to drying.